mental health is doing a lot better today too. I'm progressing. So if you're watching this all on YouTube or listening to it on my podcast, hey, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe, like, comment on YouTube, and hit the follow button. And yeah, let me jump into this. I do have my coffees today, so I'm a little jittery. I am doing my third day of workout because I have a doctor's appointment next Wednesday, so I got to space out my days off so I'm not so massively heavy. Anyways, all right, let's jump in. Well, let's go to the sports talk first. Today is the official day of all camps opening, so yeah, I've been watching that, listening to that. Yesterday I did hear a lot of news on the whole PD and Hughes front for the Canucks. Apparently Benning saying they're not that far apart from the years and the money, so that's a good sign. And all that. Apparently, you know, it's just trying to get the signatures down, trying to get the deal all settled, right numbers, right whatever. So that's what it is. Montreal Canadiens training camp, there's been a lot of injuries. Apparently a lot of players are injured right now or just coming out of injury from the aspect of the playoffs and all that. That's due in part to the whole the issue of that kind of stuff, so I can't really say much on that. There is still the rumors going out. I hear Jack Eichel, he's going on the long-term injury reserve since he's not getting the surgery done in Buffalo or with the Buffalo team. He's been stripped of the C, so that's what it is. Well, again, Eichel's totally paid up and he's making a lot of money, so he doesn't care. And Buffalo has just freed up some more room on their cap space, so that's great for them. I was listening to Donnie and Dolly, the Donnie and Dolly show that is on Check up here, to broadcasters and sports knowledgeable people. Congratulations on Jim Houston yesterday announcing his retirement. I didn't say that. Congratulations to him. He deserves it. The man's been, a solid backbone for a lot of things. I understand he was going over what he could have potentially done with his career and all that. That's pretty cool. He was he had the offers to go down to the States, but his true offer was to work Hockey Night in Canada, which I fully understand. Everybody wants to be part of Hockey Night in Canada up here. It is one of those shows. I'm just trying to work something out here. Yeah, my belts are all over the place back there. It's three sitting there, one sitting over here, and my wrestling chair. So I'm going to be doing wrestling pretty soon here. But yeah, again, to Jim Houston, he's going to be greatly missed on this Hockey Night in Canada. His voice was always the voice of hockey, and kudos to him. He deserves it. Well deserved. He's like a Hall of Famer in broadcasting, I can tell you, on sports broadcasting. The man, he knows his stuff. He's very intelligent. He was very knowledgeable. He had that voice, and I remember the 2011 Canuck run to the Cup. That was just beautiful. He's a very great person. Wish I could have met him. I've met a few broadcasters. I met David Pratt, Don Taylor, and that's about as far as I can say. Oh, and James Sobalski. Met him at a wrestling event. He was really cool. That guy is so cool. I love that guy. I cannot give enough credit to that guy. That guy is awesome. So, anyways, in that perspective, yeah, a lot of the camps have started. Teams started with the PTOs and all that. So I see the Canucks have some of their PTOs. I know they signed Alex Chason yesterday to a PTO. That's pretty cool. There's still moving parts. Got to understand this whole pandemic COVID crap is still under wrap of the world, and it's gonna mess up everybody. So that's whatever. Third cup of coffee, so I'm gonna try to buzz through my stuff. Again, we're like 30 days out, 29 days out from the start of the regular season. Not even. I don't even think it's that long. Some people are saying it's that long, but I don't think it is. The NHL usually starts like pretty soon here in October, so that's pretty much I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to the whole Seattle Kraken Vancouver Canuck rivalry. I want to see these teams. I'm really just excited for the season. NBA, again, I hear Doc Rivers wants Ben Simmons to stay. He's going to try to convince him to stay in Philly. If Ben wants out, Ben wants out. You know, it's his choice. I don't know why people push on that subject. Sometimes you have to, as ownership and management of a team, you got to just understand that some people just want out, and that's the facts of that. Again, it's part of the sport. It's business. I haven't really heard too much. Like, as I say, I haven't heard too much on the NBA front. Not a lot of talks go on through that. But I did hear a lot of... I watched First Take today. I love Stephen A. Smith. That man is hilarious. I don't care what... He's just out there, but he's so great. He's so knowledgeable. I love listening to that man. And he makes that show just a great show to watch. And he was talking to Dan Orlovsky and another guy. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm not really good on names in NFL that much. So they were talking about Matt Nagy and how he doesn't have a clue with the Bears because this weekend he's starting Justin Fields. Well, Nagy said going in, they were saying Fields isn't ready, blah, 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 blah. Dalton goes down, now you push Fields, but yet you're paying Nick Foles a ton of money. Big Nick Foles there, Super Bowl champion, the Philly special guy, whatever. It's what it is. And, it's, again, politicking and trying to appease your fan base, I guess. I just don't know what that would intend on or entitle on and all that stuff, so I really don't know. But again, I am going to do more of my predictions. I am going to recap on my predictions of this week, third week. So tonight is the Thursday nighter. I have the Panthers going to take it. I'm sorry, Sam Darnold is doing a hell of a great job in the Panthers. So yeah, it's going to be the Panthers winning. I am going to pick the Bears over the Browns. On Saturday, I'm picking the Cards over the Jags, but my gut's saying maybe T-Law and Jags will pull something out. I am going to pick the Chiefs over the Chargers at any given day. I like Justin Herbert, but yeah, you can't go wrong with Mahomes. Buffalo's going to win against Washington. Colts versus Tennessee is another one that I can see that, an 0-2 team like the Colts going against Titans, Carson Wentz, he's due for a victory. I will not stop saying this on this podcast. He's due for a victory. So that's going to happen. The Steelers are 1-1 against Cincinnati. That's 1-1, and I'm going to go with the Steelers on this. Big Ben, Juju, and Claypool, and all of them. They're just and Harris. They're just gonna run roughshod on the Bengals. New England's gonna beat. See, this is where I'm gonna have a problem. I think I said New England was gonna beat the Saints, but again, Mac 10 versus Watson, I don't know. Or Winston, I mean. Winston, not Watson. Sorry, my bad. It's really hard to say. That is one of those games where, the kid's rolling on the Bill Belichick book. And Winston is he's doing exactly what Peyton wants. Sean Payton, so... I'm gonna go and say Saints. Falcons 0-2, Giants 0-2. So one of these two teams are going to take another loss, and I'm going to go. I know the Giants have Saquon Barkley and some other weapons there, but Matt Ryan is a veteran. Matt Ryan, either he gets traded after 0-3 start and let this Atlanta team just rebuild, or they win. I'm gonna say, I'll say Falcons gonna win. Baltimore versus the Lions. Okay, Lamar Jackson did do an incredible overtime win against the Chiefs. My Chiefs, of course, but again, they're against an 0-2 Goff team who are now sniffing, scratching for a win. So a desperate team sometimes means dangerous territory. Dolphins, I'm slightly hearing something on Tua, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm only hearing it. I'm going to have to say the Raiders. I hate this. The Raiders might win beat the Dolphins unless Tua, but they do have Fuller back, so Fuller is in the lineup. So, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Dolphins going to win it. You got the Jets versus the Broncos. So you got Bridgewater versus Wilson. Wilson is an up-and-coming young player, and I think if he wins this weekend against the Broncos, that will propel the Jets into a dark horse kind of playoff team. And I don't care what people are telling me. You got the Buccaneers versus the Rams. Stafford versus Brady. Now, this is interesting. I will say the Buccaneers win. It will be a tight game. I'll say it's either going to be a 2-point or a 3-point win for the Bucs. The Buccaneers are going to do something crazy. Seattle versus the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 0-2. Seattle's 1-1. Seattle's going to have it. I'm pretty sure they're going to have it this weekend, so that's them. You got the Packers versus the Niners in San Francisco. So I'm pretty sure the bad man Rodgers is going to come out. Not Mr. Rodgers. The bad man Rodgers is going to come out, and he's just going to annihilate Jimmy G and the Niners. I know Kettle's there. I know you got a lot of great players on the Niners, but again, I can't go against what I can see. And I can see after last week's victory, I believe it was in the Monday Nighter, that he won in week 2. So he won in the week 2 game. I'm pretty sure the Green Bay, yeah, he demolished the freaking the Lions last on Monday. So to end week 2, so to say that San Francisco's are favored to win, I doubt it. It's a Sunday night game. No. Rodgers is good. I'm gonna say it. And then your Monday Nighter to close out the week, you got the Eagles versus the Cowboys. Okay, you got Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts. I'm going to have to... I love the Eagles too, but, the Cowboys are going to do something. Even though they don't have one of their top defensive players. But, I'm going to say it. Cowboys are going to win. That's how I see it. That's how I call it. So those are my predictions for this weekend. I might recap again one more time tomorrow to make sure I have them all right. So week 6 of the EPL, you got Chelsea versus Man City. I'm going to say Chelsea. Man U versus Aston Villa. I'm going to go with Man U. Norwich versus Everton's going to beat them. You got Leeds versus West Ham. Leicester versus Burnley. I wouldn't discount Burnley, but Leicester. Watford versus Newcastle. I would have to go with all what they're saying with the faves, because it's a little hard. Bradford versus Liverpool, I believe might end up in a draw. maybe a few of these games are like Leicester will probably win. I think Watford and Newcastle will draw. Norwich will be just annihilated by Everton, maybe 1-0 or 2-0, but offensively be just annihilated. Man U coming off a loss to West Ham in the English Football League Cup. So they're going to be pretty highly motivated. And they're motivated anyways because they got Champions League next week. So, that's going to happen. And I'm going to probably do that too right now. Look up my Champions League. And there we go. My Champions League. So I'm going to do the prediction on that. Let's see. So the 28th is up. So you got Shakhtar versus Inter, Ajax versus Besiktas, Leipzig versus Prague, or Bruges, whatever. PSG versus Man City. Hey, this is Vasily's Didn't Come With a Filter YouTube channel. So I got really cut off on my other thing today because I lost a lot of storage space. So that's what it is. So yeah, I've just been chatting up on the podcast. I was just talking about how I got my sports predictions up. As I say, I did all my sports predictions, and it's on my podcast. It'd probably be on the channel here. So I'm just gonna go through the the Champions League. Oops. Wrong one. The Champions League. So I'm going to pick Inter to win, Ajax to win against... Okay, so Inter is going to win against Shakhtar. Ajax is going to win against Besiktas. Red Bull Leipzig is going to beat Club Bruges. PSG and Man City. It's going to probably be a draw. They say Man City is the favorite to win. I say it's going to be a draw. AC Milan versus Atletico Madrid. I'll say that's Atletico win. Porto versus Liverpool. Liverpool is going to win that one. Borussia Dortmund versus Sporting Lisbon. I'm going to go Dortmund. Real Madrid versus Tiraspol. Real, of course, Real. It's always going to be Real. I don't care what anybody says. That's Tuesday's setup. And then I'm going to look at the Wednesday setup. So it's going to be St. Petersburg versus Malmo. Zeta is going to win. St. Petersburg is going to win that one. Atlantia versus Young Boys. I'll say Young Boys. This one I'm looking forward to is the rematch of the Europa Cup final of Man U and Villarreal. I'm going to say Man U is going to win that one. They're seeking revenge. Wolfsburg versus Sevilla. It's going to be, I'll say Sevilla. Salzburg versus Lillian, the French side. I'll say the Salzburg. Juventus versus Chelsea. That will be a draw because it's just how I see it. And it's Lukaku versus his former team. Or not Lukaku, sorry. It should Ronaldo's former team, sorry. Benfica Lisbon versus Barca. This one's going to be a good one. I'll say Barca because the Portuguese side is just very surprising. Bayern Munich versus Dynamo Kiev. Bayern's going to win that one. So that's how I see that Champions League wrapping up there this week. Let's see what Europa. No, I said Europa League. Not Europa Q. So, Thursday's matchups are kind of weird. Frankfurt versus Antwerp. I don't know how to say that one. I say Frankfurt. Spartak Moscow versus Napoli. Napoli's probably going to get it. Fenerbahce versus my dad's favorite team, Olympiacos, the losers. I say Olympiacos. Leicester versus Warsaw. I say Leicester. Eindhoven, PSV Eindhoven versus Strom Garza. Garza? Eindhoven. Real Sociedad versus Monaco. I'll say Monaco. Sparta Prague versus Rangers. I'd have to go with the Rangers on that one. Lyon versus, I don't even know what the other team is. I'll say the French side. Lazio versus Moscow. Lazio. Braga versus, I can't even say it. I'll say Braga. Celtic versus Bayern Leverkusen. Celtic. GAC versus Dynamo Zagreb. I'll say the other side. West Ham versus Rapid. West Ham. I can't even pronounce that one. Real. Marseille versus Galatasaray. Yeah. I can't even pronounce the last group, the last two teams. So that's my picks for those for next week. Again, it's coming down to the wires for me on that. My mental health is really doing well. I have had suffered through a bit of crappy situations with myself, and again, I know everybody does. I understand that. I'm a little distracted. Sorry. That's just how I am. It's how I cope with this stuff, is that I use the distractions as a pivotal point for me. But to look at it right now, I'm gonna try to get back onto my book writing skills here. If I know where my books are, they're somewhere around here. I think they're back here somewhere. But yeah, I'm just all over the place. But again, to allude to you guys, to tell you the guys the truth, I am doing a lot better. I am. When I get into the pits of my head and the dark spots, dark places where I know this might sound crazy, but I do tend to hear these like weird things in the head. I do hear it. Trust me, I am not going to tell you that it's full of crap. It's a lot of psychological and mental and physical abuse that I've had over the years, so it tends to wear on me, especially like the bullying aspect and all that. So it does happen. So when anybody says you're full of crap, it's not. You're true. But again, I'm looking at the positive sides. I'm really into my podcast and my wrestling now, and my hockey's coming back. NFL's doing all right. So I'm just going to sit back and relax on that. My weight loss is coming along pretty well. I'm starting to see a lot of transformation in my body. I'm starting to lose a lot of the body fat. Not like a lot, but a good portion of it. I'm starting to lose the paunch, which is a great sign for me. I've always been a heavy guy, so I am adding and incorporating the weights to it. So I love to work out. It's just trying to get this here to stay. As you can see, I haven't shaved for a few days, so like I will do one vid of that. I will record and I will upload. Again, shaving on how fast I can shave my head. I love to break records on my own. Sorry. Whoa, that went down the wrong. Oh, there's my books over there. I'm so stupid sometimes. But yeah, the sporting world, it helps me cope with what I'm dealing with. Like pro wrestling does. I know my dad hates it. My family hates me being a pro wrestling fan, and other stuff like that. But it takes me away from the grim reality of just whatever going on, and it helps me progress with my life. It helps me escape. It doesn't cover the problems, because I'll always have the problems. But for a moment in the day. It takes me away from anything negative going on in my head. It just helps me just get it out, kind of thing. I endorse medical use of marijuana. I don't endorse everybody to keep smoking that crap when you don't really need it. Let's just say that. Like, people I know use it frequently for I don't know what kind of purposes, what usage. I don't question others. I just leave it. It's just in general not my cup of tea of telling people what to do, because when I was in high school, yeah, I used to smoke a lot. I had some bad issues too. I had some bad weed and personal experiences on that. So, but my doctor doesn't believe in giving me pills, but he's gonna give me my meds for my anxiety and coping with what I deal with. I have these weird tremors that go through my body. It's not Tourette's. It's just nerves. My nervous system just happens. I shake. It's not on anything onset of seriousness. I drink about 7 of these, 8, maybe 10 water, like 10 millimeter or 10 of the 500 milliliters of water a day. So I'm like cranking up my water notch. I do drink my Gatorade. I always have to have fluids near me. That's what I am. Fluid man. But I do go to the bathroom like so many times, so I can tell you my prostate's absolutely great. It's like crap going through a goose. So, yeah, that's one end of that. It's, you know, I built myself to a point in my head. I'm just really off kilter when I am, like I have said. I have my own personal demons. I've told people, you know, everybody has their own personal hell, and, you know, some days I live through my own personal hell. We all have our own version of it. But that's the thing. See, I with wrestling, I watch it, as I say, just to escape from all the crap that's going on that's inside me. I bare my soul a lot. I'm pretty much an open book, if I choose to be that. I don't like to go into too many details on a lot of other issues. But it's my life. It's the way I do things. And yeah, it's fun going through this kind of process, right? Like it's fun. It's somewhat of a crazy aspect of a psychological problem. And I think, you know, it didn't help me moving around so much when I was a child. Like, I'll even tell you, I don't have much of an education. Like, I have a grade 7 education, whereas I fell through the shit cracks of the educational system. Like, I effed up. Like, it was effed up. I was put in all the special classes kind of thing. The thing, I didn't mind having the assistant teacher beside me. I didn't mind that because I was like kind of one-on-one, and it was easier to, they can break down what the teacher is saying to me, because I have an attention span of a freaking gnat, so I do not pay attention to shit in my life. And questions I get asked by people are like, how can you, like, my dad knows I'm an intelligent person. Sometimes I cross the line on what I say, especially when it comes to like politics or whatever. It's just, when he sees that I can outsmart somebody who's smarter than me, he kind of steps back and goes, whoa, this is my son. Like, he's pretty smart. The thing I learned mostly, I kind of could say I grew up on the streets. Like, I learned a lot from street knowledge of people and not looking always down on people. I tend to, like, when it comes to the junkies and druggies. But that's, again, personal choices. They made choices. So, like, I made my own choices, too. But I also look at, if I can quit something, why can't you? Like, everybody can do something. Everybody has the ability. Yeah, you have the willpower inside you. Just do it. Just stop blaming everything. Because, you know what? The old thing. One finger pointing at you, three always point back at you. So it's usually your fault for why you're in your situation. But I do have my pitfalls. I do sink into my depression and my stress and my anxiety. But again, I'm going to move on and try to move forward in improving that. This is why I do this. This is why I do the podcast. This is why I'm doing the YouTube show. I bear myself. I bear myself as much as I possibly can. I wanted to be a top defenseman for the Canucks. Didn't happen. I wanted to be a broadcaster. Didn't have the grades. So podcasting is the option for me, and that's pretty cool. I love it. I love doing it. Some people say I have the voice for it. I say I sound weird, but that's like you hear your own voice, and yet when you watch yourself, you hear a total different voice, and it's like, that's not me. That ain't me. I don't know where that came from, but it is what it is. But dummy on that end. But funny facts are, I'm doing all right with it. I get my subscribers, which I'm very thankful for. I love you all for that. Just remember to please hit that subscribe, like, and comment. I tend to do a lot of sports and pro wrestling knowledge, and I just, again, it's just my knack for it. I love it. I just love talking about it. It's something about, it's my hobby. It's my life. I make pizzas for a living with my father, and I can tell people I've had every kind of pizza you can think of. I've made every kind of pizza I could think of. I've had every kind of pasta I can make and think of. And trust me, after a while, you just kind of get sick of it. It's just, this is why I'm so big, is because that's what I've eaten so long. And now I've changed it. I've cut out those carbs, the bread mostly, pasta. I have to cut it all out just because it really does pack on the weight. I understand my pop intake and stuff is going down pretty good. It's really good. It's surprising my family and that. Again, I just love it. I love trying to improve myself. I'm at 34. I want to start looking a lot better. Like, look, I got a double chin going on. Like, seriously, I can see the double chin. But at the same token, I need to keep it down. Health-wise, yes. Hopefully my doctor will be a little more impressed with me this time around than he was last time. Because boy, did he give me some shit on that end. And I mean, like, shit. This is probably like my fourth go-around being this big. First time I was pushing the 300 mark, got down to 220, and then pushed myself back up 30 more pounds. Added another 10 pounds, and then, I fluctuate. But this time, no fluctuating. I'm just going to try to keep it down as possible. My big goal is by the end of the year to reach the 220, 219 mark. So I am going to push. The kettlebell workout really does help. Even though I do like 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes each time, depending on how I feel. But even because I'm not using the stinking little dinky bells. No. I'm pushing myself with the 30-pound kettlebells, pushing it, working every bone in my body, working every bone, every joint, every muscle I got, just so I can keep going. That's my take on that. I will always keep updating myself as much as I can. It is what it is. I'm not gonna bullshit and cover everything on the whole aspect because it's just I can't BS the crap out of anything. I hate it when people sugarcoat the truths. You don't need to sugarcoat it. You gotta. I think people should be able to handle the truth and knowledge of what life could and is and possibly would be, and that's how I see things. Like I my phone was just going off here, so I'm just kind of looking at some things here. As I allude to, I'm not fully upset or generally peed off with anything because I can't be. It's just my life is my life, and it's. I'm not gonna sit and tell you, oh, life is full of boxes of chocolates. No, people look at it as it's the absolute. Oh, what did I just do? There we go. Life has always been a pretty toxic mindset for me. And I generally don't care. I generally just don't care. I like to just put it out there. We all suffer from mental illness. We do. Don't ever kid yourself. You say you don't, you do. Because if you didn't, you're not living the life. I know mental health, it's a hell of a ride. It has its roller coasters, up and downs. But at least you know you're alive. That's all I can say is that at least you know you're fully alive. I understand that when push comes to shove, it's not the greatest feeling. But again, you gotta always look for the outlet. Always look for a positive. Turn negatives into positives. Turn all that around. You can do it. We all human. We will do this. We can all do this. If I can, and I'm bearing myself out to the whole world on this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do all right. And, people do probably leave nasty messages to me and whatever. I just don't care. It's just like the reviews from a restaurant. I don't read them for one reason. It infuriates me. It's probably just people just scoff at me and my dad and stuff like that over some stupid crap, and I just don't generally care. And some people say, oh, I can make a better one. Then make better one. Don't have to order food from people if you say you're better at it. Just do it. I don't read reviews. I like to read comments, but again, when it's my business and my livelihood at that, I know I have to start not taking it so personally. And that's a problem that I got to work on. But again, I will always say it. I will work hard and all that. But I'm going to just cut this a little quick here. Remember, please hit that subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate them. Good comments, bad comments, don't care. It's, I take all of it as constructive criticism and improvement on myself. So, you guys all have a great day. Tomorrow's the last day of the work week, and we're all close to the weekend.